The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. Welcome to the offices of Duke & Duke, 100 South Broad Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're going to take a look at the German DAX. You'll see it went down and made that three drive to a bottom pattern. Those of you that were here yesterday and looked at those long-term charts, we have completed those ABCD patterns, folks. So with this new moon that we have and some of these things going on with Mercury going direct, might be a pretty interesting bottom here. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case. But let's take a quick look here at the FTSE. You'll be able to see that it also, I'll put it up again. All right, there's the FTSE. Let me go back and get, I don't have the DAX anymore. The FTSE and the DAX look exactly alike, folks. They really do. So just imagine it, because what I do is to try to keep the chart straight. I line them up one at a time, and when I'm finished, I delete it right away so that I can not get confused, which at my age, it's an easy thing to do. Look at this DAX chart on the 4 hours really closely, because if you'll look at it closely, this is 4 hours and goes back over 4 months. Look at the bottom in September, look at the bottom in October, and look at the bottom in December. That's a three-drive pattern, folks. That could be a very, very big move here in both the German DAX and in the FTSE. Now, the FTSE is under the political thumb of the people. I don't know what they call that group over there, Tories, or I don't know what they're called, but they're causing Theresa May a great deal of difficulty about Brexit, but whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. People have asked me the question about what's happening with this thing in Canada and the Chinese person. All I know is it would be equivalent to arresting Steve Jobs' daughter, is what they said on Bloomberg yesterday. So I thought that was a pretty interesting analogy, that this woman is quite talented, and of course her father is very, very big in China. So I'm sure it's all political, and what it means is, who knows? That's a whole different realm. Thank goodness I decided to do technical analysis as opposed to being a fireman or going into politics. Folks, there's a really interesting market happening right now. We've been talking about it all week. As a matter of fact, last week we had our good friend Mr. Z post this, which was the Brent North Sea crude. If you'll know, you'll put this up here, that it was right at that 61% retracement there at about 58 bucks a barrel. It never went below that. And as we look at this crude oil now on the long-term daily, if you'll remember from the newsletter, we were looking at it coming down right at the 78% level. Hit it exactly, real spot on, to the exact price, 49.65. It rallied $5 a barrel up to 54.40, backed off to the 78% level of that last night at 50.50, and it's up close to $3 a barrel this morning as we speak. So it's going to be an interesting one, to pay attention to, because this could easily have a rally, a lot more if it, in fact, it does that. Look what has happened today, folks. We've rallied almost $4 a barrel. We're up $3.50 a barrel already, and so that's the ABCD on that takes you to 56. So that would be $6 a barrel up. So just pay attention to that. Now, you know as well as I do that they play games with the news, but when you're doing technical analysis, try to, just trade what you see, not what you think or what you hear. Those are the things that get you in trouble. Here's one that we were looking at this morning. This was the Treasury bond market. And we had a really beautiful pattern here. This was going over the last several days. You had the big butterfly pattern up there at that 143. The market came down, rallied up, and we had an order setting there to sell it at 143.10. We got filled at 10. It went to 11, and you can see it had a big break. It made your first profit objective right away, and if you happen to do that, if you're in the 24/7 group, you can certainly put your stop at break even and not worry too much about it. Now, there's another one that's a little more frustrating, folks, and that's this one right here. We had this working order all night long, even through the jobs report, to sell the Canadian dollar at this 143.10. We got up to 143.05. And as you can see, with the jobs report coming out, it immediately dropped $1,000. So we missed that one. And in other words, thank you, Mr. Z. Anytime you like when you go into the pond, folks, remember you got to kiss a few frogs before you find the princess, and that's all what it's about. A missed trade is no trade at all, so not to worry about. Just like a break-even trade should be considered a winning trade because you did not lose, and that's the whole key of what we're watching here. So sort of pay attention to that as we look at these charts today. Now, the move that we had yesterday was very, very intense, as you know, because the Dow was down 700 points at one time and then immediately came back to be almost unchanged on the day. In fact, the NASDAQ, did turn positive. Now, whether that's going to be a major bottom or not, we don't know. But as Norm Winsky was telling us yesterday, he was looking for something coming in here because we do have the new moon today. And yesterday we had the planet Mercury going direct. He said the similarity to what we had in March 19th of 2015 was very, very close, but not perfect. But that's something we want to watch very, very closely. Now, one other market that, let's just get the S&P up here a little bit. I just wanted to show the S&P yesterday because this is something that we were watching after the market, after we left the show. You'll notice that the big expansion that you had here from the low you made on the 5th when the market had that big drop due to the Chinese thing, and then it rallied up and made a 1.618 expansion down there at the 1.68 level at 26.24. This chart was actually sent to me by one of our folks here at TFNN, one of our students, and he was a quite happy camper, and he got most of that move. He didn't get all of it. And then look what he did here. He had that good support to come in here at around this 26.74 level, and the low overnight was 26.70, and then it rallied 25 handles from there. So these numbers don't work all the time, but by golly, they do work some of the time. So let's remember to keep an eye on them. It's certainly better than listening to politics, I can promise you that. Today, we got the first break coming up, and I have a Larry Bird story as we come back because today is Larry Bird's birthday. I don't know how old he's got to be 50 something. No, yeah, easy 50. I have to check that. Let me see, 41. I'll have to check it. I think he's about 54. Anyway, let's take a break here. I believe the music's going to start pretty soon. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about the TLT because I think that's one that has got a real interesting pattern here that could be very interesting here. 877-927-6648.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, I'll give you a quick Larry Bird story, and then we'll move on to the TFT that I've posted in here for the folks to see. 1979, Indiana State was undefeated. They made it into the NCAA tournament for the first time, and I had a big quandary with the family because I was he was 62. Is that what he is, Marshall? Shut the front door and raise the rent. Where does the time go? Yeah, 25 years. Yeah, wow, that's right. Wow. Anyway, he was the golden hair boy of Indiana, and I was a big Oscar Robertson fan who had been an NBA superstar, won gold championships with the Milwaukee Bucks, played for Cincinnati. Long story, but I was arguing with my buddies about how good Larry Bird was. I always thought, Oscar was the best. And I told him, I said that to the family, I said, if you guys get to the Final Four, I said, I'll bring you all to Utah and we'll have a big party for the week. Well, that's what happened. They did win, and they got there, and that was the biggest game ever in NCAA history. It's never been bigger. That was Michigan State and the Indiana State Fighting Sycamores back in March of 1979. But the story is, we were having a party with some of our fraternity brothers and stuff, and I was, visiting with a couple of, old friends from Terre Haute, and Larry Bird's mother needed to have dentures. And so we were taking up a collection so that we could get dentures for Larry Bird's mother. And so I threw in some money for that and signed a card and all that stuff. Well, later on, about 2 years later, when they were champions and everything, and I had to get tickets to go see the Lakers play the Celtics at the gosh darn, I can't even think of the name of the arena anymore, right next to Hollywood Park. Anyway, we'd go down, and we did get to see a couple of really great games there for the holidays and stuff, and it was really spectacular. Anyway, yeah, West Virginia, I remember against Jerry West, number 44 for the Lakers. Yeah, I knew Jerry West very well because he's a very close friend of Vin Scully. As a matter of fact, he married Vin Scully's secretary. And I knew them because I would hang out at Schwab's Pharmacy in Pacific Palisades, where they hung out, and used to go in there and have breakfast 2 or 3 times a week before I went down to the Conti offices many, many years ago. Let's take a look here at this this chart for, where did this time go, Marshall? Shut the front door and raise the rent. Let's look at this TLT chart, folks. I would like someone to tell me what is bullish about this chart. I mean, you've got lower tops, you've got lower bottoms. Long term, it's even more bearish than it is now. You're having equal rally that we've had 3 other times. Is there anything bullish about this chart that you can see? Because if you can, I would really appreciate you showing me, because I do not see it. It's a rally in a bear market. Rates should start to go higher relatively soon. There's been a lot of emotionalism, of course, and especially with the news coming out of Canada and wherever it comes from every day, it makes the bonds move a little crazy. The stock market moving 700 points a day. That causes people to be a little nervous, but this is not a bullish chart, and you see the same thing in the Treasury bond chart. They're not bullish charts, folks. That's that's the bottom line. Whether it's going to change or not, I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like, as of this writing right here. The one that's really has my interest, and that is this one right here that we posted yesterday, and that is this long-term silver chart that we got from one of our friends up in Canada from Kimball Charting Solutions. I don't know who that is, but they do have some great charts. But you'll notice here, over this 50-year period, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 of these triangles, these, bearish descending triangles. And if they break out to the upside, that's very, very bullish. So if we get silver above $15, this thing has legs, because, it made the exact 78% level to the tick from 2009. I mean, it went right down to it. It hit 1384. And that was the exact number, so that certainly must mean something, and it's strong today given the fact of the jobs number, and that's all emotional stuff. So anyway, a lot of emotional in the market. So trade what you see, not what you think. Another one we want to talk about because it's in the news again, and that is Deutsche Bank. I want to get this up here. Oops, let me get the one with the latest price up. I have 2 of them up here. And I wanted to give you the one that has the updated price. Oh, I hope I have it. I know I have it. The question is will I be able to find it? And I'm not even going to risk that. I'm just going to bring up the old one and show you where we were, because here's where we were as of yesterday. And we did go down, and the low that Deutsche Bank made yesterday was at 873. The 1.27 expansion comes in at 860. That's within 13 cents. Whether that's enough or not, I don't know. But we'll be able to see if that is going to be the case or not. Anyway, this should have a rally. Now, the last time we made one of these big expansions in Deutsche Bank, it doubled in price. If you remember, if you look at that chart, it doubled in price, went from 11 to 20, and then they came out with the great idea of giving you a 35% discount. And that was not the thing to do. So anyway, there should be a rally here in Deutsche Bank. Whether it's a pretty good rally here, and it all depends on whether this new moon and Mercury going into direct station is going to mean a lot, because it does have some really strong cyclical values, and you don't want to lose sight of those as you go through looking at some of these. So it's very, very important. Okay, let me check the markets here for just a second to see where we are. Stocks are still up. We're still up a little bit, and about unchanged in the S&P. The others are okay. The Canadian's still dropping. Gold made a little higher high than yesterday by about $1, completing a 3-drive pattern. The one that we're going to talk about after the break here, folks, is the grain markets, because they're really not responding to any negative news coming out of China as far as tariffs and stuff. It's acting like they really believe these tariffs are going to mean a great deal, and we certainly should pay close attention. The corn has been extremely good to us, as has been soybeans. Wheat, okay, but not as much as the soybeans and the others, so we'll be watching those very closely. Also, we're going to try to have our good friend Cy Monley on. Cy's had something great happen in his life. He well, I'm not able to tell yet because it's not quite finished, but some very exciting things have happened at Sylvius Financial, which I think you folks will be really interesting to hear when he finally closes the deal. It's really a really fun thing for him and for all of his group, which he's worked so hard to do. Now, I want to cover Bitcoin, but we've got a break coming here. This is from our good friend and one of my students here in Tucson, Arizona, also a member of the Timer Digest Top 10, Kerry Szymanski, harmonic trader. And as you can see here, we got Bitcoin trading down here at 33.66. That's the 1.27 expansion. If you remember the big ABCD on this going back to when it was 19,000 comes in at around 3,800, so we're already below that. We'll take a break. 877-927-6648.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and hold it. Someone's saying, why is a new moon, Mercury going direct, important, or pivot? Okay, Mr. Z, let me try to give you my 2 cents worth. Norm is probably out there doing something, but anyway, the moon is a satellite of the Earth. It's not a planet, whereas Mercury is a planet, and it's our closest planet, and it moves 88-day cycles, and it goes back and forth. That's what gives the direct all the other stuff that's going on. But if you pay attention to the combination of the new moons and full moons along with the Mercury, that's a double. That's like confluence. That's exactly right, Marshall. That's the word I was looking for. It's a confluence. If you remember the top, well, there's a lot of different examples, but in 1987, on August the 25th, we had the same thing. Norm was here again on May the 19th, 2015, with the same type of thing. He brought this to our attention. So this could be very big, or it might not mean anything. We don't know. So it's just all probabilities. We had some patterns down there that helped a little bit, but you know, the NASDAQ couldn't even make the 78% retracement level. We went below 78% by just a little bit, making a double bottom in the S&P, but the NASDAQ didn't, and the NASDAQ has been the leader here since we've been watching here. Let's take a quick look here. What's beeping? Oh, you know what's really getting killed, folks, is this banking index. Boy, it is in big trouble. That's the one you got to pay attention to, because that's all about the money. Let's get this banking index. Where did I do with it? I posted it yesterday to show you how bad it was, and I don't think I can find it now. Nope, I've deleted it. So take a look at that banking index. Let's do it together. Why? Since we've got time here, we should look at this, because it is not a very, very happy chart. And remember, this is Goldman Sachs and all the others. And it's not, well, it's not anywhere close to the bottom of yesterday, but it's still, it is still down on the day, which is not a good sign. Hold on here 1 second here and get this banking index so we can see it. I'll pull it up here. But and Goldman Sachs even looks like, doesn't look very good. You know, folks, this market's made a major top. That's the bottom line. I don't know if no one's given them the notice on it yet, but that's what's really happened. So you want to look for big ABCD patterns to get short. Remember, after this big thing that happened on hold on here, this big thing happened in China over the weekend about the changing all the tariffs and stuff back to normal. You'll notice that we were looking for that ABCD pattern in the E-mini to get up to that 2830 level. We only got to 2814. We didn't even take out the high from November 5th, and then of course we went down and took out that low of November 19th, and that was coming in at the time of this new moon and Mercury going direct. Now Mercury is, like we said, an 88-day cycle. The reason why I believe Mercury is so important, folks, is because I actually met George Baer's daughter, Catherine. She was, I think that was her name. She was living in a nursing home up in Monterey, California. I found out just by accident. My good buddy Jack Valeni owns several nursing homes up there and a couple of pharmacies, and gun collector and pharmacist, and we've been buddies for over 50 years. And I was chatting to him about the markets and stuff, and I was talking about George Baer's book, The Egg of Columbus, and he said, you know, I got a patient up here. It's been with me for 20 years named Baer. And I said, find out if that's his daughter. And by golly, it was. And Jim Twentyman and I went up and visited with her. She had some wonderful pictures of the rail car that he had made for himself that he would take into California, into Chicago, and park it into the stockyards area. And he lived there during the summer months, and he spent the winters in Florida and also in Carmel, and left his daughter quite well off. She promised me those pictures, but the attorney never did forward them to me, and would have loved to have them, because boy, he had some really great pictures there of some famous people from the 1930s, Arthur Cutton and Bet a Million Gates. I mean, he had some really great friends. Anyway, let's move on and take a look at some of these grains, folks, because I believe the grains are really giving you a telltale sign that these markets really want to, and this was before the Chinese thing, because we've had a big run up. As you know, we were long that corn down at that we were in March corn. This is December. March corn was 368. It's got up to 384. It's in a little holding pattern right now against the 78% level, but we think it's going to go higher. We're waiting to buy that. And if we look at yeah, another one that was extremely bullish, of course, was the soybeans. And I'll put this up because we went sharply higher than the ABCD. We exceeded that by a great deal, and now it's in a holding pattern off. So we got up. Well, actually, we got up to 925 in the March beans, and they're holding relatively well. The wheat contracts were also doing well. So the grains are basically telling you that that's what's happened in China with the grain deal and the tariffs is actually working. The other stuff that you're hearing about the auto companies and this thing in China and Canada and all that stuff, that's real politics, folks. And to stop and think what happened in Saudi Arabia with somebody getting whacked, and this lady, this young girl, well, she's not that young, but just because she happens to be in Canada and they arrest her, this is all political stuff. And somebody's made a decision there that I don't know if it's the right one or not, because I don't follow that stuff too much, but it certainly makes the markets very, very jittery. And remember, folks, a lot of the market stuff is related to these algorithms that we have. And these algorithms are based on keywords. I don't know if you know that or not, but these algorithms, they see a keyword like recession, or they see a keyword like impeachment, or they see a keyword like arrest or something like that, or canceling or something like that. There's either phrases or keywords, and they immediately start to sell. And of course, they do it in a large enough quantity that other people have stops in there and stuff, and that triggers it. And then others jump in, and that's where you get the algorithmic traders. Now, many of those have a time frame of maybe only 3 to 5 minutes, but others have a longer time frames. But remember, when they're seeing these things, that's I'm sorry, folks. Mr. Z got me on that one, you dirty dog. He said that's what they use whenever I talk on TFNN. That's what things happen. No, Mr. Z, that's not me. No, they take the other side of it. Oh, you caught me by surprise on that one, buddy. I'll get even with you, pal. No Christmas present for you, buddy. No, bah humbug this year. Okay, that was a good one, Mr. Z. Thank you very much. But that's how those algorithms, a lot of them work. They watch for the key phrases, and they also watch for reports. Like like the jobs number today was, they were looking for 200, and it comes out 155. That 155 might have triggered a down move, but look how quickly they had their head handed to them. So the algorithms are not 100%. They don't win all the time, and when they lose, sometimes they get hammered pretty badly. They never tell you how badly they're doing or how well they're doing. They keep that stuff relatively close to the vest. So let's take a little break here, pay a few bills. 877-927-6648.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, brought to you by Nadex. Next on TFNN.
Okay, folks, those of you that are members of the 24/7 group, you'll be getting an email shortly to, you're down at your second objective here in the Treasury bonds at 142.10. That would be a nice one to look at with Christmas coming, so keep an eye on that one. That would be a very nice culmination to a Friday, but we'll watch it. The stocks are really picking up steam now, folks. We've moved 50 handles in the NASDAQ in the last 15 minutes, so there's more buying coming in. That leads a little bit more impetus to the fact that that could be a major bottom that Norm was talking about yesterday. And let me explain to you. Norm sends his letter out in a review each day, and in his letter today, I have to give him credit because he was looking for the low to come in sometime today. It came in late yesterday, and he actually mentioned that he just missed it by a little bit. So he's not taking credit for a bottom when he doesn't get filled. So my hat's off to that. I think it takes a lot of well, it's the right thing to do. Let's put it that way. Of course, Norm being from Indiana, he knows what the right thing is. So no question about that. So my hat's off to you, Norm. We'll have you on again sometime in 2019. I'm not sure when. Maybe towards the end of the year, maybe around Christmas time. Who knows? If Santa's good. Let's keep an eye on the crude, folks. I think we got legs coming in here. We've come back $4 a barrel in just 2 days. Something big has happened here. Also, we don't know whether the stock market low is going to hold or not. All I know is if we go below 2,600, they will be dimming the lights at the corner of Broad and Wall, because that is not a very good sign if we get below that. That is just a super, super big bottom. We mentioned that many times because of what happened in the NASDAQ a week or so ago. And the character's the word, Terry. You got that right, Bubba. Anyway, that's what you want to be watching. Those lows that we made on November the 18th and 19th, those are the ones that are really important. Those are those 3 drive patterns that we saw everywhere. So we'll see what's going to fall. Well, do that. I'll tell you, that probably be a good idea up there at 2708, but you're going into a wide-ranging bar, so I know you're smart enough. Well, look, you've already been smart because it only got to 10 and already back 6 points. Good for you, Maria. That's a beauty. Okay. Let's take a look at one other thing that someone's asked us about in the commodity realm. Just give me 1 second to get the chart up, and we will be discussing it very quickly. And that is, I put the December hog chart up to show you that that 3 drive to a bottom we had when it was down near cost of production. Rich Anderson is concerned that we only moved 20 cents off the bottom, because given the news, the fact that this swine flu is so bad that they should be probably trading at 75 cents. So I'm not sure whether that's going to mean the long term or anything, but we want to watch a pullback here in the February hogs, because if we get a pullback in the February hogs, that would be one we would like to be looking to buy. So I'll put up the February chart up in hogs so you'll be able to see where it is, and then that's what we'll be watching. That's going to be down the road a few days. That hasn't happened yet, so we still got that one on our watch list, you know, to be paying close attention to. One other question someone's asked about the natural gas. We've talked about this many times in the natural gas. I don't have the natural gas contract up today because I was following the currencies. I was following 4 major currencies at one time: the pound, the yen, Canadian, and the euro, along with the U.S. dollar index. And so I didn't really get a chance to look at it. The euro is still in that zone. It has to get above 114.30. That will mean that U.S. dollar might not make that 3-drive pattern that we've been looking at up there. It's very close. It got to above 97, but whether it's going to mean anything or not, we'll have to go over Bitcoin this morning. Yes, I'll be happy to do that. First of all, let's put the Bitcoin up. This is from Kerry at Trading Harmonic Trader here in Tucson. He is saying that the Bitcoin is now setting at the 1.27 expansion number at 3366. You'll see right below that is the 1.618 at 3,000. Remember, the long-term ABCD pattern in the Bitcoin takes you to 3,800, and that goes back 5 years. And remember, we brought the ETF for Bitcoin. We brought that to your attention yesterday, and it was trading at around here. You can see it's trading at 451. Today it's trading at 426. So this is a way, if you want to be interested in buying this stuff. This ETF is pretty good because it went from $2 to 40. I mean, that's nothing like going to 19,000, but at least it's tradable, and they probably have calls for it. So if you're interested in it, this is where you want to be taking a look at it, because I'm pretty sure that Bitcoin would respond to the psychological implications that we have with Mercury and the new moon. So, you know, it's worth a shot. You don't have to risk more than $50 here if you wanted to do that. So I have never traded the cryptocurrencies. I follow them because I'm interested in the blockchain technology, because I follow interesting things that I read on the internet from John Jameson, and he basically says it's the internet squared. And anyway, that's what I'm looking at. So that's what we're watching in Bitcoin on a technical basis. Below 3,000 would really not be good for Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that the whole blockchain thing is over. It just means that Bitcoin has probably got too much competition, because there's hundreds and hundreds of these people that are out there mining coins, as you know, Bitcoin. So that's it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're very correct. Maria just mentioned one thing is for sure. On a Friday like this, the stock market should not close red tonight. Well, it could close slightly down, Maria, but it can't close near those lows, because if it closes near those lows, you know, that's going to be really bad. In fact, if it closes about unchanged to slightly in the red, that's no big deal. If it closes strongly in the green, that's a really strong indication that that low that we had yesterday is spot on, the new moon and Mercury going direct. So that's it. Oh, one of the reasons I mentioned about Bayer, George Bayer's whole thing was about the speed of Mercury, and that's where Shane Smolian is really good at that. I mean, Shane really knows that stuff really good. He's done a lot of work on it, and if you remember, he was looking for that big low to come in October, and it certainly was spot on. So that speed of Mercury is very, very important on a cyclical basis. So I'll see whether that's it, and you know, I don't know, but that's what we're watching anyway. Bayer wrote a book called The Egg of Columbus that it's a little 20-page book, and it's about the signs of the zodiac related to Fibonacci ratios of 1.618. It basically doesn't describe very much at all, but it was an interesting book. It got to be the place where it became very, very hard to get, and some people were selling the book for $25,000. This little, I think it was about a 15 or 20-page pamphlet. Fortunately, Mr. Winsky had one that he was letting people have for $24,500 at the reduced price, which is being the sweet guy that he is. I'm just joking with you, Norman, if you're listening. If you're not listening, don't listen. Okay. Let's move on here. We got to pay a few bills here, I believe, coming up. When we come back, we're going to talk about the key levels to watch for today on the close, because the news could be anything tomorrow or nothing tomorrow. Heck, who knows? 877-927-6648.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, reviewing one more time, we did have the Mercury going direct, and we had the new moon today. The bottom probably came in yesterday late. We had that huge rally from down 700 and change. We almost made it unchanged in the Dow. And then, of course, we went a little bit higher today, but the NASDAQ did close higher yesterday. The S&P was down just a very, very small fraction. So if we close above 2,700, preferably you'd like to see it close above 2,720 or even higher, and that would really confirm that that bottom is most probably in. And then we'll see what the news comes out, that the Chinese lady was not actually under arrest. She was just at a spa, and they missed the time to pick her up. Who knows? This stuff is so ridiculous, and we'll see what's going on. Anyway, watch these markets, because we do want the market to close higher if you're bullish. If you're bearish, you want the market to close below those lows of yesterday. Then you're looking at some really, really bad stuff coming in. But as it looks early this morning here on a Friday, especially with this new moon. But remember, these new moons and Mercury direct and Mercury retrograde, they can be very, very tricky. So follow the charts and you'll give a better idea of what you're looking at right now. But right now they're acting relatively well, so we'll see if it's going to we'll see what's going on. Yes, well, we'll see. Anyway, they say that she's the Steve Jobs' daughter. That's the analogy that Bloomberg used, because it is such a big company and it's very closely tied to the big Chinese folks. So there's something going on here way under the media that we don't know about, but we'll see. Just like there probably was in Saudi Arabia and whatever. We'll have to wait and see. Watch these banking stocks, folks, because if these banking stocks can't get a rally going in here, there's something big going on. I mean, Goldman Sachs is it's under big trouble, and it's not looking good. And look at Deutsche Bank, which Deutsche Bank is hanging by its fingernails, folks. Anything below $8.50, well, $8 in Deutsche Bank means you're looking at another Lehman Brothers or Bear Stearns. 877-927-6648. Have a happy Monday. We'll see you then.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks!